I want to talk to you about yogic self-care. The idea that there are rituals that we can incorporate into our everyday that really benefit us across the spectrum. The mind, the body, the spirit, the emotional body. The idea that we take care of ourselves in such a way that we fill up our cup so that we can literally pour forth the radiance and the vitality and the health of our complete being. And the sweetest one so far for me in many ways is what's known as Dinacharya. And of course, if I've just slaughtered that Sanskrit word and somebody out there knows it, thumbs up to you, but I'm trying. So the idea is that you actually prepare and open all 5 of your senses, and you take care of your body in such a way that it's ready to receive all that's going to come to it and through it and back out to the people that you interact with, some of them being people that you love and care for, and maybe some people that you don't love and care for. And yet, part of our work is to offer ourselves in an authentic way, sweetly, to all that we come across. And so one of the things that I'm just going to kind of list off what they are. So oil is a big piece. Oiling the body, oiling your orifices, right? Because you'll see that there's another video coming about female care and how to take care of the feminine in the body, in the mind, in the spirit. That's slightly different from this video. So don't worry, we're not going there just yet. But essentially, you want to use coconut oil, and in Ayurveda, a lot of sesame oil is used. I like coconut oil because I happen to buy it in 5-gallon buckets. So I have a lot of it, and I use it because it's antifungal, antibacterial. It's a gift. Coconut oil is a gift, and I use it a lot. So one of the things that and it's as easy as having a cup of coffee, right? That much time investment is what we're talking about. So you scrape your tongue, you oil your ears, you oil your eyes, you oil your nasal passages, you cleanse the tongue as we just talked about scraping, and then you can also do oil pulling, which actually increases the dental health of your gums and the mouth. Again, antifungal, antibacterial, that's a great thing to actually do. And this is really critical to understand. Your mouth, of course, is a place, an entry point, if you were, to all kinds of things. Some of them you choose, like food and drink, and some of them you don't. Like your saliva actually carries, most of us are carrying some degree of E. coli and some other not so healthy things, but the saliva and the pH balance in your mouth is really incredibly important to maintain the right balance so that those things that you don't want in your body die right here in your spit. So it's really important to take care of your mouth in such a way. And in this case, we're talking about spiritually preparing to receive all that comes to you and through you in a given day. So I'm going to show you tongue scraping, which, by the way, I generally gag a little bit, so don't be upset, but you just got to work through some of this stuff. And I'll show you how I oil all the other spaces. And of course, the whole thing is about holding the intention that you're literally preparing your physical body to receive and to, in turn, give. So there's that feedback constantly happening. As you're receiving, you're preparing to give, you receive. It's a continuum of energy. And if you pay attention to it, you can actually enhance it. This is a tongue scraper. It is made out of copper. So it's an actual metal, and you're going to use this rounded end to actually scrape the tongue clean of what in Ayurveda is known as ama, which is the residuals of your food, your drink, and essentially it's not the good stuff. It's the stuff you want to clean out of the body. Body's incredibly effective at detoxing if we allow it to. So things like sweating and ama on the tongue can help you actually cleanse the body. So you stick your tongue out, and I'm gonna scrape, and as I already warned you, sometimes I get a little, here I go. And then you take what's on there and you rinse that off, because you definitely don't want that to hang around. Now, I happen to buy this from Banyan Botanicals, which is also the Dinacharya oil that I use to oil my senses. So it comes in this little 1 fluid ounce thing. Banyan Botanicals is a great company. They do really good work. So the first thing I do is prepare my little Q-tips. So I get one end and the other end nice and oily. Again, of course, my hands are clean, but since we're using coconut oil in this case, I'm now going to prepare my nasal passages for the delicious smells that will meet me through the rest of my day. One end on the outer, these are known as your nares, N-A-R-E-S. And of course, if you wanted to, you could discuss them as hairy nares, because of course you have nasal hair, even the ladies. Then we take the other end and do the other fabulous nostril. It's not a lot of oil, so you're not gonna like, oh my God, I'm dripping oil everywhere. Then you prepare a second one, because if we're lucky, we actually have 2 ears, 2 nose holes, 2 eyes. Don't take them for granted. Prep your little guys. Then you do a little in one ear. Work it in a little bit. You move all your ear tissue around. Feels good. Again, shouldn't be so much oil on your Q-tip that you're like, oh my God, my ears. Do a little bit. I would caution you against going into the ear canal. Just go to the edge. Do your little ear. Rub it in a little bit. Of course, the whole time, usually I'm in my PJs and it's early morning. I try to do this first thing so that I literally am preparing myself for the day. So I'm usually really bad hair, and it's okay. And I haven't gotten to cleaning my teeth yet, but luckily nobody knows. Then I take my my ring fingers, and I oil those just a little bit. And I'll tell you why you use your ring finger in a minute. And then I do my little eyes in preparation to see all the beautiful people and things in my day. And you use your ring finger because it's the one finger of your hand, and people that are familiar with beauty, you're always advised to use your ring finger when applying anything to your face. And the reason is, it's the one finger that doesn't have its own tendon. It shares a tendon with the other finger of the hand, middle finger I think it is, and so it's not real strong, so it won't pull the tissue. And you know, if you're a lady and you're trying to avoid wrinkles, you don't want to be moving that tissue too aggressively. So then that's done. Now I tend to use a little facial mist that I happen to make for myself. It's got rose water in it, and I do that. And of course, the next piece is to brush your teeth. I happen to use Bedrock Living. These guys are, it's actually a lady, it's no guys, it's a woman. And she makes this delicious remineralizing toothpaste. Looks like that, and you can see I've used it. You wet your toothbrush. Save water, conserve water. Put a little bit on there, and then go to town. As most of us know how to brush your teeth. Take at least 2 minutes, and then I'm going to set this over here because I'll brush again. The next piece, usually by this time, now I'm ready to do what's known as body brushing. So I take 2 brushes, and again, here's the thing that we can't do today with this video, is I'm usually naked. Nudie beauty. But I take my brushes, and I also get these from Banyan Botanicals, and usually I don't have jewelry or clothes on, and I body brush everywhere, all across, especially for breast care health, under the armpits. Get a hold of the boobie, it's yours, so you might as well grab a hold of it, get underneath it, both sides, all the way. And then I do from the feet up to the core, from the feet up to the core, do the butt, do the belly, do the sides of the neck, all of it. And again, that takes me maybe 2 minutes, and it does a couple things. Speaking of detoxing and elimination, your skin is your largest organ. The whole body, skin, biggest organ, and it's one of your prime organs for elimination. And so keeping the skin fresh by virtue of body brushing is really, really helpful. Then the next thing that I do is a little bit of oiling. So I have an oil blend that I use, a couple essential oils that I happen to love. So I use, personally, I am somewhat of a hippie, so I use patchouli and a slightly more expensive but delicious offset to the strong earthy smell of patchouli is neroli, which is essentially the oil of orange blossoms. Amazing. So you smell sweet and earthy all at once. So I take a little squirt, and it really literally, so this is going to be way too much for me to show you, because I would oil, and that would take care of across my top, that one squirt across my top, across my neck, and I do another squirt and do 2/3 of my torso and my bum, and one last squirt and all my legs, and then the other stuff. Continue the other stuff, the lady care that we'll talk about later. So dry brushing, oiling, preparing the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears to receive and open the body in preparation for a day where you offer yourself fully. It's really probably a total less than 5 minutes if you do it, create a discipline about it. It allows you to really prepare your day and prepare yourself in such a way that you can offer the best of you, because you took care of you. I hope you had a great time watching. If you have any questions or you have any other thoughts, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can send me an email at Kodawari, Kodawari, yoga.com. So again, that's Annette at KodawariYoga.com. Thanks for watching.